Welcome to Insure Your Success podcast, where we share powerful insights to help entrepreneurs grow and strive. I'm your host, Entrepreneur Ortez, and we're going to dive right into today's topic that I believe it is crucial for anyone looking to build a lasting legacy. Our conversation for today is the successful entrepreneur. Now, this ain't about your age, your race, or your social economic background. It's about the core traits that successful entrepreneurs share that transcend circumstances and ultimately lead to success. So let's get to it. I have been an entrepreneur for about 25 years. And throughout those 25 years, I have studied many successful entrepreneurs to find out what is the core, what is the essence that makes them successful. And let me tell you, it has nothing to do with luck. It has nothing to do they was born with it. It had nothing to do that they was given a hand up. I'm going to tell you what it is, and it's many traits that many of us could apply today to become successful entrepreneurs. Now, many of these entrepreneurs that I studied wasn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Many of them was born in poverty. Many of them was born in broken homes, not having enough food to eat, not having enough financial resources, not having individuals to guide them along life challenges and obstacles. They had a burning desire to succeed. Napoleon Hill talks about this burning desire in his all-time classic book, Think and Grow Rich, that it is the starting point of all achievement. In my conversations with many aspiring entrepreneurs, what I realized that many of them really don't possess the burning desire of what it's going to take to be successful as an entrepreneur. That's why the statistic is so high of many entrepreneurs quitting often never to realize their dreams. So how do we get this burning desire? And no, money cannot be your burning desire. It has to be something higher than money. Your burning desire has to be something that you are truly passionate about. Something that no matter what comes your way, you're going to achieve what you are passionate about. So let me give you an example. And I'm going to use the example of not an entrepreneur, but I'm going to use an example of Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. King had a burning desire for civil rights for all. No matter what it cost, he was willing to fight for those civil rights. He was willing to be beaten. He was willing to be thrown in jail. He was willing to have dogs sicked on him. He was willing to be criticized, but he had a burning desire for civil rights for all. When aspiring entrepreneurs come up and speak to me, and they ask me for advice on what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur, I simply ask them, are you willing to sleep in your car? Many of them look at me, and most of the time the answer is no. Well, you don't have a strong enough burning desire to achieve in entrepreneurship. And that's not to say that you have to sleep in your car to be a successful entrepreneur. But what I'm asking is, are you willing to sacrifice? Is your desire so strong that you are willing to sleep in your car and go a day or two without food? That's what I call a burning desire. That's what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the people who aspire to be entrepreneurs, but ultimately never make it. Ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? You're going to have to sacrifice some time. You're going to have to sacrifice some money. You're going to have to sacrifice some resources. It's some relationships that you're going to have to sacrifice, but you're going to have to sacrifice something. So ask yourself, what are you prepared to sacrifice? And if the question is, I'm not willing to sacrifice anything, then entrepreneurship isn't for you. So now let's take a look at the next thing that makes up the DNA of a successful entrepreneur. Once you develop a burning desire, then you must create a vision for yourself. Where do you see yourself in your business within the next 3 to 5 years? And this is so important that you have a vision of yourself and your business. If you don't have a vision of yourself or your business, then you are allowing someone else to create that vision for you. Throughout your journey as an entrepreneur, you're going to be faced with many challenges and many obstacles. But it's your vision that's going to help you keep going through those trials and tribulations that you will face as an entrepreneur. A lot of times when I look back on my journey as an entrepreneur, I really contributed to three things. Number one, my faith in God. Because I tell people all the time, I don't know how I'm still in business, but I know it is nothing but the grace of God. The second thing is my vision. I read my vision every day. And when things got tough for me in business, and they will get tough for you, my vision also helped me to keep focused and to keep pushing forward. And the next thing that kind of helped me was the people that I surround myself with, my supporting cast. Those individuals that I knew that wanted to see me win. So you got to have a vision. Let's move on and talk about another element that makes up the DNA of a successful entrepreneur. The third thing that I want to talk about is a mission statement. So we talked about having a burning desire as part of your DNA to be a successful entrepreneur. We talked about you developing or crafting out a vision. Now we're going to talk about our mission statement, which I like to call our action statement. You see, your vision can't come to a reality unless you have some action behind it. You will never achieve your burning desire or your purpose unless you put some action behind it. And this is the part I see that most entrepreneurs struggle with: taking action. Now, being an entrepreneur for 25 years as an insurance agent, I have seen many people struggle in this area. Often agents that I recruit or partner with, they struggle in taking action. They come in with a burning desire to be successful. They come in with some idea of a vision or where they would like to be, but they never take action. They never do the things, the activity that requires them to be successful. They never make the phone calls. They never go out and knock on the doors. They never invest into their business by going to seminars, listening to podcasts like this. They never do anything to achieve their vision. It takes action to be successful. I think this part is what we call the fork in the road. One of my favorite poems by Robert Frost, he talks about two roads in the woods, and I took the one that's less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Most entrepreneurs take the road that's less traveled by. The road less traveled by is going to come with difficulties. It's going to come with objections. It's going to come with rejection. It's going to come with all type of problems. But at that end of the road, it's a pot of gold. All successful entrepreneurs take the road that's less traveled by. One of the things that I always advise my daughter is, if everybody is going left, then you need to go right. That's the idea of becoming a successful entrepreneur. You see all your friends going left, then you need to look right and you need to go the other direction. So you must put some action behind what it is that you need to do to be successful. Study successful entrepreneurs in your field and find out where do they spend 80% of their time at. No, it's not checking emails all day. No, it's not looking at every text that pop up on their phone. No, it's not taking every last call that comes in. No, it's not searching social media all day. When I talk to most successful entrepreneurs, many of them have people running their social media accounts. They don't got time to be on social media all day unless their business is tied to social media. If they were to do all those things, which I call lower level activity, things that bring in little or no results, then they wouldn't have time to focus on the things that's going to make their business successful. So you need to identify what do they spend of their time on. They spend 80% of their time on money-making activity. When I studied successful insurance agents, I found that they spend 80% of their time on 3 or 4 things. As my good friend Sam would say, when you call him up and you say, Sam, what you doing? He say, either I'm on an appointment or I'm trying to get on an appointment. So they spend 80% of their time either on an appointment or trying to get on an appointment. And so what I mean trying to get on an appointment, either they was on the phone, making calls to set appointments, they was door knocking, or either they was out doing events. But they spend 80% of their time either on an appointment or trying to get on an appointment. They didn't spend a lot of time shoo-shooing. They didn't spend a lot of time being on the phone all day. They didn't spend a lot of time scrolling through social media. So you have to develop a mission statement, or what I call an action statement. What are the top things that you need to spend 80% of your time on to achieve success? If you really want to learn about successful entrepreneurs, look at the beginning of their journey. Don't look at the end story when they have become billionaires or millionaires. Tyler Perry, he's a billionaire. So a lot of people look at Tyler Perry's end story. But they don't look at the beginning story of his journey. When he gave his first play, only 10 people showed up. They don't look at the beginning of the story when he had to sleep in his car, when he was homeless, when he didn't have 2 nickels to rub. They don't look at that. That's what crafts the DNA and the character of a successful entrepreneur. So if you want to develop the DNA of a successful entrepreneur, you must first have a burning desire. That's the first thing that you must have. A burning desire to get out of poverty. A burning desire to change your family legacy. A burning desire to do something great. Next, you must craft a vision. A 1-year vision, a 3-year vision, a 5-year vision. You must craft a vision. Where would you like to see yourself in the next 1, in the next 3, in the next 5 years? And then finally, you must put some action behind that vision in order to achieve your burning desire. You have to put action. Spend 80% of your time doing high-level activities that's going to bring about the best results. Now, there are many other DNA traits that I have discovered over the years, but the first 3 are the foundation. You must have the first 3 in order to build the house. But once again, without a burning desire, without a vision, without a mission statement, an action statement, none of the other traits really don't matter. These 3 traits has allowed many successful entrepreneurs to turn their failures into successes. They have created legacies and impact generations forever. I'm very confident because myself personally have put these traits into practice, that if you apply these traits, then you too will become a successful entrepreneur. Success is not about where you start, but where you are determined to go. These foundational traits are the keys to help you overcoming obstacles, staying focused, and creating a legacy for yourself and your family. Now, if you found this episode valuable, I would love for you to subscribe and leave a comment. And share this episode with someone that may need this message. And make sure that you stay tuned in for future episodes where we'll break down more traits that will separate the successful from the stagnant. Until next time, keep pushing forward and keep ensuring your success.